Yo, I'm still editing my video for War in the Woods. Hood into Wood is coming out. I didn't get it done today, boys. That's the truth. You can see in my eyes I have gotten no sleep. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop what you're about to watch right now, which is pretty much 8 minutes of me rambling in the truck and telling you guys thank you for supporting anything Jimmy Dale related, anything Nitrous Express related, any type of support you've ever given me, even if it's a freaking thumbs up, man. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate this. I could not do this without you. And I am working on Hood into Wood. I'm making some great progress. There's some real bangers. Some people may lose their jobs, but you know, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. All right, boys. Enjoy this 8 minutes of me rambling. I feel like I owe you guys something to drop tonight, even though it's not the video we all want to see. You know, I'm still working on it, and I'll have it out as soon as I can. Game plan is to drop it tomorrow. Game plan is to go to Raska's house tomorrow night and drop it, and probably go live before the video drops to party with the homeboys at Raska Motorsports. So here's 8 more minutes of me rambling, and I just can't say it enough, man. Thank you so much for supporting my family and supporting the Jimmy Dale racing career. I could not do this with each and every one of you guys. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Hey, thank you for supporting my family. Look, I got a truck full of merch. There's nowhere I can put any more merch. Taking it all to War in the Woods. This is the American dream, right? This is it. Drag racing for a living. Trying hard. Y'all are helping me a lot. So thank you very much. If you bought anything, thank you. Even if you watch this video, thank you. This is probably getting old. You guys are tired of hearing it at this point. Like, yeah, we get it, Jimmy. Buy the merch. I'd probably quit pushing merch for a little bit. I don't want to wear y'all out, you know? I'm so thankful. Hold on. I'm so thankful for everybody supporting us, and I just don't want to put a bad taste in y'all's mouth. So I'm going to keep Jimmy Daling. Y'all are going to keep Jimmy Daling. And I'll quit shoving merch in your face every 5 seconds. But, you know, YouTube's obviously not enough to make a living at. But YouTube and merch sales is enough to make a living at. And if I win a few races along the way, great. You know, I got a good thing going with Nitrous Express, and I can't even put into words how much I appreciate those guys. You got to realize, a year ago, I'd never been on TV. A year ago, I had never had a sponsorship, any type of support. It was just something that I did for fun. And that meant that we were budget limited, you know, like a lot of teams. And I beat Wes at Indian Valley, which is coming up June 10th, Indian Valley in Nocona, Texas. It is a tiny little track in the middle of what you could call nowhere. But if you guys want to make the trip, come on. I'll be there June 10th. But I beat Wes on a Saturday, and then after that, my good friend Brian Ritchie, who y'all watched us race boats with earlier, he said, man, you got to come to dinner. And I went to dinner, and at dinner was Wes and Abney and Raska, and I had no idea who they were or what company they worked for or anything. I just sat down and had a good conversation. We talked shit for 2 hours. We shut that place down. And then the next day, I got a phone call. My phone said Nitrous Express on it. And they said, hey, man, what's it going to take to get that stuff off your car that you're running right now and get you switched over to NX? And I told them, I've never been approached like this. I don't even know what to tell you. And it wasn't 100% sponsorship. They weren't just giving me shit. They said, we'll cut you a deal on the new kit, Max 5, the whole thing. You know, and hopefully the deal we cut you is good enough that you want to take it. I said, I'll call you back. I looked over at Morgan. We're sitting on the couch watching Old Man's Garage. I had never met Old Man's Garage at this point. And she said, you take that. And so I took the little money I had. I went outside, I cut the nitrous kit off my car, and I drove straight to Nitrous Express right then and there. I said, what time's lunch, boys? I'll be there. And that was a year ago, almost a year ago to the day, maybe a few days past that. Since then, a few months after that, we get the call from Barrett Green and Michael Hollis, student driver. Hey man, you want to go race on Street Outlaws, 405? They need street cars and they want us to bring a team up there. We thought you'd be good. I said, yeah, of course. And so we got home from doing that. I thought, man, this is the coolest thing ever. You know, we gap docked. A lot of y'all saw that on Street Outlaws show. We gap docked and then we turned around, and I'm telling you, it wasn't 48 hours later, I had a phone call from Miss Sherry Beth. And she said, I heard you got a 28-inch tall tire car, and one of ours just had a catastrophic failure, and we're supposed to be bringing a team to Vegas in 2 days. Can you be there by Sunday? I said, yeah. So I made some phone calls. You know, Nitrous Express was willing to get me there. And they got me there and Raska there. And then I was Ponzi scheming all my buddies. Hey man, come to Vegas. Just so I could pay for the Airbnb because I had nowhere to stay. And after 2 weeks of doing that, we made a bunch of, you know, relationships while we were there. And after I made a bunch of relationships while I was there, I met Smoke while we were there. Man, we were cutting up, boy. We were cutting up. He said, you need to come to my birthday party, man. I'm having a big old dancing, you know, soul festival thing, you know, whatever. I forgot what it was called. I said, okay, I'll go. So I drove to Mississippi and went and hung out with Smoke and his parents, stayed in his mama's house. He took good care of me, took me to Miss Abby's, and we had a race while we were there. And I thought it was 28s, anything on 28s, right? Which I still ain't got no business in. But turns out it was Run What You Brung. And some way, somehow, magic shook its fucking wand all the way to the finals until I met up with Rob Elmore, who got me by a mile. Shocker. The bank robber's extremely fast. But you know what happened? I made a bunch of meaningful relationships while I was out there. I had a great time, and I kind of set the tone, you know? And a few weeks goes by, boom, Mega Cash Days being filmed. And I guess I'm not allowed to talk about Mega Cash Days because it hasn't aired yet. But Smoke called, he said, you going to Mega Cash Days? I said, well, I ain't got a call from Sam, woo-de-woo-de-woo, as Smoke would say. And he said, I don't care. I'm calling Sam right now. I'm going to tell him you're going. And so we went to Mega Cash Days. And by the time we got home, I'd been brought in by Abney from Nitrous Express. He said, you're going to be a manufacturer's representative for our company. And so I started getting commission on sales. Now I had a job at Nitrous Express. And that really flourished into the Old Man Garage and Street Race Channel and all these other big avenues and meeting these big time players that Nitrous Express allowed me to make those connections, you know. The first thing I thought of when I got brought on as manufacturer's representative is, damn, we better get a hold of the Old Man and Billy and do everything we can to be a part of their success. It sounds cheesy, but I made a good friend in that. That's what happened. I made a good friend. I made some great friends in that. Now I consider them family, you know, and I consider y'all family. So thank you for listening to me ramble for the last 7.5 minutes. Thank you for buying merch. Thank you for supporting my family. If you like any of this bullshit that I'm doing, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Apparently I don't tell y'all that enough, but I figure y'all just do what you want. And if you're doing what you want to do every day, then I'm happy for you to do whatever you want to do every day. But more importantly, thank you for Jimmy Dalen. Thank you.